My name is Gerard Santiveri. I'm from Spain, a city called Lleida. My major is elementary education, and I hope that someday I will be a teacher.
Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go.
In my experience studying abroad, I've been living for the past 4 months in the city of Decatur, Illinois, a small town in the United States. I was taking classes and doing an internship in the Millikin University. I used to live in the Woods at Millikin, a small complex of apartments besides the university. By the apartments there was plenty of restaurants of fast food such as Jimmy John's, Subway, Domino's, and University Dogs. Decatur is located in Illinois, one of the biggest states of the Midwest region of the US. Their capital is Springfield, even though that Chicago is one of his largest cities. The state of Illinois is surrounded by the states of Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Actually, his governor is J.B. Pritzker. One of the main figures that is been known to being part of Decatur is Abraham Lincoln, one of the greatest presidents of the United States, who preserved the Union, abolished slavery, and strengthened the federal government of the US. Here in the map we can see how many establishments about fast food there's in the Decatur area. We can see with a blue sticker the American University. In fact, the Einstein Bros Bagels is inside the campus. So, and as we can see right now in the video, these are the 3 main establishments of fast food that we can have on campus. Right now you're watching the dining hall that we take breakfast, lunch, and dinner each day. This is the Einstein Bros Bagels, which right now is empty, but it served bagels over the day, especially over lunch. Here we can see the Starbucks that is inside the campus, which is called the Common Grounds. This is a map of the state of Illinois, which basically explains the main characteristics of each region. And here there's one of the main important topics of the US, which is the melting pot, which basically means that the American culture is a mixture of different cultures around the world.
First of all, I would like to say that I have split the interviews in 2 parts. The first one, I have interviewed some American students, and they have concluded that Their favorite foods from the cafeteria were mac and cheese, pizza, chips and burgers, and pizza as well. And in the second part, I have interviewed some international students from Chile, from Denmark, from the Netherlands, and France, and they have concluded that their picks from the cafeteria are much healthier because they usually pick some salad or rice. For my nutritional study, I have decided to select the main dishes that appeared on the interviews. The first one is the burger, which has 330 calories in each serving, and it has 14 grams of fats in each burger, which is really high. Following it, there's the signature chips, which are basically fried chips, and they have 170 calories in each serving, and each serving doesn't have more than 5 chips in each one. So it for the amount of food that you're eating, it's really high. And following it, there's the pizza, which appeared in a lot of the interviews, and it's uh, outrageous how much calories does the pizza have for each slice. They have 250 calories, which are a lot, and the amount of cholesterol that they have is really high too. And following it, there's the basmati rice, which is the rice that we usually had each day because it was the healthiest option that we could choose. And in each serving size, we had 150 calories, but this serving size could fill your entire dish.
In this chart, we can see how stunning is the rising tendency of obesity in the US in the recent years, and it highly relates to the amount of calories that their diet has. And just to finish, there's this chart which basically sums up that the amount of calories that we take each day, it's more than we expect because of the beverages and the foods that we eat each day.
Just before finishing this video, I would like to introduce my conclusions and reflections related to the objectives that we established at the beginning of this video. And one of the main topics that I would like to talk about is the role of fast food chains on campus. I must say that I didn't expect it to be so high, but even besides the apartments, there's 3 establishments. There's the Domino's, there's a Subway, and there's a University Dogs, which basically serves hot dogs. And there's a lot of establishments besides the campus, and even some of them are inside the university. And I didn't expect it to be so high, and I think that's an uprising tendency that is happening nowadays in the US. Also about the nutritional study that I made about the foods that are picked up as the most relevant for students. They are basically pizza, burgers, and chips, which basically are the 3 foods that are more damaging because they are not healthy at all. They contain a lot of calories, as we have seen. They contain a lot of cholesterol, which is not healthy at all. But as we have seen in the interviews, there's the American students which usually pick up these kind of foods, but also we can compare it to the international students which basically picked up salads and healthy foods, which basically says that these eating habits are highly related to the culture. So that's one of the things that we could solve throughout these interviews. Also about the typical foods from Decatur, I would like to say that Illinois, as long as it has contact at the north with the Lake Michigan, It hasn't a lot of seafood, but they do have cornfields, which basically is the main ingredient for the typical foods, and also the the most eaten foods on the campus are also corn chips, which basically is corn. It's fried corn. So that's another thing to say. And that's been basically it. I hope you have liked my video, and I expect to hear from you. Thank you so much.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on